Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Rebecca with Learning Together by Grace, and in this video we are going to be talking about homemaking is important work. Are y'all ready? I am. Let's go. Okay, y'all, so today's video is just going to be me pouring out my heart to you guys. And I don't have a script or anything, but this is something that has been on my heart for the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to put it in recording for you all to watch. So a lot of times as homemakers, we have this feeling of not having value. We have this feeling of homemaking not being an important part of life, and that maybe we're viewed as people who are lazy or people who are just taking advantage of, you know, their husbands or just whomever it is that is allowing them to stay home. And today I want to encourage you guys in your homemaking. Sometimes it can be very hard being here at home, and you may not always have the social interactions that you would if you were at a 9-to-5. I just think about when I was working as a teacher, I was able to converse with other moms about just day-to-day life. And so now, especially since I am homeschooling my children, the interactions that I do have with other moms is generally when I'm taking my children to in their various sports activities. And so during those times, I treasure them because I get a chance to talk to other adult women. But with being able to have conversations with them, I am also hearing what I am feeling at home. Sometimes we feel disconnected and disjointed, and sometimes we think to ourselves, well, are we punishing ourselves unnecessarily by staying home when we could maybe get a job, and even if it was just a part-time job? And so we have a tendency to devalue being at home because we think that maybe there's something better out there for us to be doing. Now, I know that I've struggled with that because, like I said, I went to school to teach and I taught, and I never really saw myself as being a stay-at-home mom, to be honest with you. I always thought that I would have a career and that it would bring in, you know, enough money to help supplement what my husband was bringing in, or even for us to be able to save like crazy, go on all of these elaborate trips, whatever the case may be. I don't know. But I just had this idea that I would be able to bring in some money alongside my husband so that we can be financially set to where we would never have to worry about anything. And so that has always been a struggle for me, especially during those times in our lives where we were just making it, or maybe we fell behind on a bill for the month. And man, if I was working, I could have helped out. We wouldn't have had this problem. And so that is a part of devaluing ourselves as homemakers. I think something that I have learned over the years, yes, money is important. You need it in order to live in this world from day to day. You need it to buy groceries, to do gas, pay for gas, to pay for activities that your children are in, to even have some, you know, important time for yourself, self-care, so that you can have self-care for yourself. And, you know, date nights with your spouse. Money is important for things and to live in this world. But what I have learned over the years is that the value of money does not outweigh the value of me being present, me being available. you know, it is kind of making me feel a little emotional. One of the things that my son always appreciated when he was actually going to public school was the fact that I was able to come to all of his ceremonies. It didn't matter if it was him playing an instrument. It didn't matter if it was him getting their certificate for perfect attendance. It didn't matter. The fact that I was able to be there for all of them. He cherished that. And that's something that he shared with me. And also, he and my daughter have both shared with me that they like me better home. And I know sometimes we may say, oh, they're children. They don't have a say in what your life looks like. But do they? I want you to think about that. One thing that I have considered is, well, first off, they never asked to come into this world. It was a choice that me and my husband made together to have children. And once you have children, now you have a responsibility to them. Yes, you are the adult. Yes, you do set the rules, the tone for your house. They have to respect you. But the reality is that, yes, they do have a say. And yes, it is okay for them to voice that, Mom, I like it better when you're home. My children said I was more stressed out when I used to work. So now that I'm home, not saying that because I still, you know, get stressed out and deal with anxiety and all of those things. That doesn't take it away just because I'm home. But what has happened is that I'm less stressed. I have less things to juggle in my mind. I don't have to put on my teaching cap to go teach in a classroom, put on my coworker hat, put on my employee hat. I don't have to do that. Now it's just mom hat, wife hat, and Rebecca hat. And that's all that I have to focus on. So it's easier for me to give more than what I could when I was working. Now, I don't want it to seem as if I'm saying that moms that actually work 9 to 5s aren't good moms, because I know some phenomenal moms that are out there working full-time jobs and they are killing it. So it's not about that. However, what I can say is that a lot of the mothers that I've spoken to that do work, they always say the same thing. Man, it would be nice if I could stay home. It would be really nice. And the thing is that these women have degrees. These women thoroughly love their jobs. But I think once you have children, for the most part, we as women have a yearning and a desire to care for them in every way possible. And being able to stay home with them, to care for them, is one of the greatest joys that I think moms experience. I just think about the times when I had my children and, you have your maternity leave. I had the privilege to not be working during that time. And honestly, I cannot imagine having to take this little 6-week-old child to the daycare and say, here, I would probably be trembling like, here, take care of my baby. It's hard for me to imagine that. And man, I know of some moms who have felt that way, like I have to give this little being over to somebody else's care. Like I have to entrust someone else to care for them and care for them well while I'm at work. And I know some moms, you have to do it. And some moms, you just want to do it, and which is okay. But for those moms out there that really desire to be home in our home, I know that it's hard to even imagine to give your child over to someone to care for. And so I think of things like that. And I think of... I put out a reel on Instagram where I was talking about, I have a husband who, for the majority of our marriage, with the exception of the time that I worked, has taken care of me. He has gone to work. He has paid all of the bills. He has allowed me to, be able to go shopping and buy things and do activities. And so I've been in things, I've taken classes, and this was with money that my husband made. And it wasn't as if, he had to be open to me doing those things. He could have easily been like, no, I make the money, so I'm gonna spend the money, bills and whatever I want, There are some men out there like that, unfortunately, and I've heard not so great stories, firsthand of, spouses that are like that. And so it's a blessing that I'm in the position that I'm in, to be able to have a husband that can take care of me and that is willing to take care of me, and that I don't have to beg and plead to go and buy some clothes or to go and buy some personal items if I need it. And so I'm saying all of that to say, allowing, your husband to be carefree as a homemaker. Let's put it in that perspective. Allowing your husband to be able to go to work and be carefree and not worry about, are the children taken care of? Are the bills being paid? Is the house being clean? Is there going to be dinner on the table? Are doctor's appointments being scheduled? I'm able to take care of all of those things here at the house, and he has the free reign to focus on his job and bring in the money. So we're working together at this thing, and it's taken me a long time to get to this understanding that my work is just as important as his. If he had to come home and then cook, had to clean, had to make doctor's appointments, had to do all of those things, that's more of a burden that he's carrying unnecessarily, because I'm not doing my part as a homemaker. And so the work as a homemaker is very important. And I also want to encourage the moms out there who feel like, I don't even have a degree, I'm just home. No, you're not just home. You are very capable. Your degree doesn't define you. And I've said this many times before, and I will stand on that. I know a mom who homeschooled her children, and she didn't finish high school, but she's doing a phenomenal job with those children. And they are very intelligent, and they are loved, and they're supported. And so with that being said, moms out there who feel like they're not good enough because of that lack of a degree, it's a piece of paper. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of times I forget that I even have degrees. Like, I totally forget. And I've been talking about it more since I've started my channel and talking about homemaking and homeschooling. But a lot of times I don't even talk about my degrees, because I honestly don't give it that much weight. Yes, I worked hard to get those degrees, and I'm proud of the work that I did to get those degrees. But one thing that I have come to realize is that hard work can be done without having a degree smacked to it. A degree doesn't necessarily equal hard work. So, mamas out there who don't have degrees, you ladies, don't stress yourself out and don't devalue yourself because of that, okay? All right. Now, to wrap this video up, I hope that you can see your worth and your value and the importance of being a steady person at home for your children. If your children are going to school or if they are homeschooled, you always have the ability to be there for them in an instant. And one thing, I'm gonna end with this story. So my son's kindergarten year, although he went to the same school that I was teaching at, his kindergarten year, I did not have the chance to be in the classroom for his first day. My husband stepped in, so he took the day off from work. He stepped in and he was able to do that. I had my class, and so those kindergarten parents, they came to my classroom and we did a special little send-off, and it was great, and I missed that. Now I'm grateful that I put my son into transitional kindergarten in California, and because of that I got to send him off for that. But if I did not have that transitional kindergarten experience, I would not have ever experienced his very first day of school, of public school. And so that is something special to me, something that's near and dear to my heart, being able to be present for my children for all of the things, because I love them. So moms that are homemaking, you are able to experience moments that maybe others may not be able to. So again, don't devalue that, and know that your children are seeing it and they appreciate it. They may not act like it a lot, but they appreciate it. And once they grow older and they start their own family, they'll be able to say, I remember when mom ... You fill in the blanks. You all, thank you so much for stopping by again. I ask that you would like, subscribe if you have not already. And for those that are new here, hi, welcome. Come back for more. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of when I post new videos, and share. You guys, let someone know what I am doing over here with my precious family. You guys have a good one. Bye.